I'm Ron DeVisser. Ingrid and myself bought this farm in 1983. And this is Adam, my son, who works with us. This area would have been all hardwood bush at the time it was settled, probably 140, 150 years ago. It was settled by Irish Catholic immigrants mainly. The farms were split up in this area into a 100-acre farm. So 10 farms, 5 wide on a block and 2 deep, make 1,000 acres. And the farms were taken from the Crown in 1,000-acre increments in this area. Part of the deal was that you had to clear a certain amount of land and build a house, and I think you had to build a livestock structure as well to encourage people to actually develop the area. They wanted people in the area. They didn't want people speculating. People from England and Europe speculating and taking a whole bunch of land from the Crown, not doing anything, and just getting land for nothing. So typically people would move in here, they'd scout the area first, try to find out a farm that they thought would be good. Of course, water was always an important, one of the important things they were looking for at that time, as well as fertile soil.
Basically what we're doing is we're taking something and we are helping to multiply it. So if we take a seed, we take a little soybean seed, plant that in the ground, and hopefully you would hope to multiply that by up to 50 times. And so I've got a few seeds here. And these seeds have seed treatment on them. They're treated with a fungicide to help the plant survive, and when it goes into the soil, to help survive against natural funguses that they might get. So those are some of the tools that farmers use. We've got soybean seeds here. The red seeds are wheat seeds, and this blue or purple looking seed is a corn seed. So naturally the wheat is brown and the soybeans are sort of a tan color and the corn is yellow. So if we plant a soybean seed in the ground, you would plant one seed and that plant could produce 25 to up to 50 beans that you would harvest off of that single plant. So you're multiplying several times. With wheat you would plant one seed and you would multiply up to maybe 50 times. And it's amazing, the power of nature and the power of growth to reproduce. So if we plant that bean seed in the ground, it takes in moisture, and that's called imbibition. It sucks up that moisture and the cells start to grow. And so as it grows, this is what it looks like. So this, called cotyledons, are actually the seed. That's the seed, and it has swollen up and turned green and taken on life. And you can see the roots have grown out and are taking in water and moisture to sustain the plant. And the shoot pushes up and drags the cotyledons, which was formerly the seed, up out of the soil. And it grows up and will start growing leaves and start the natural process of growth and reproduction. And so the next stage here, you can see the soil where the plant comes out of. Here's the cotyledons, that was the seed, and it's amazing how it's transformed. And now it's a leaf, and we have these leaves doing the natural, which are wilted from the sun, but doing the natural process of taking water and CO2 and converting that sunlight into energy for the plant and converting it into biomass. So I'll just point out here on this plant we have the start of a flower. This little thing here is the start of a flower, and that's the reproductive part of a soybean plant. So this nodule is the home of a bacteria that lives with and as part of the soybean plant. And symbiotic relationship, the bacteria benefits from it by getting nutrients from the plant that it needs, and the plant benefits from it by one of the byproducts of the bacteria is nitrogen. It converts that into nitrogen into a usable form for the plant.
So this is a more mature wheat plant. So every one of these became a seed. So even though This has, how long has it been since it's headed? 3 weeks?
Yep.
So this head came out maybe 3 weeks ago, and already we can see the seed we saw before is starting now. I can open this and it's very green because it's still filling. So at this point of the life of the plant, it's pulling nutrients. Actually, it's generating more nutrients from the leaves, and these top two leaves are the most important. But it's generating nutrients to fill these, but it actually goes so far as to start cannibalizing the stalk and leaves to at the end to fill this seed and make it as healthy and viable a seed as possible.
So this is actually an oat plant, but it's very similar to wheat. And so I've cut the stem in half. I've dissected the stem. And so you can see the roots still, and you can see the stem. And as you come up in here, you can see that is the head. So that is the fruit of the plant in a very small stage, in an immature stage. And as the plant grows, it just keeps extending up, and it would pull, it would come out just like this, and it keeps growing up, and it would push right out of the stem until it comes out the top, and then it would look like that.
A lot of the reason we work the ground is to eliminate weeds, but also to make the soil fine. So as we put the seed in, it has good contact, and that contact is necessary for water to come into the seed so it can start imbibing water. And in doing that, it's also pulling nutrients out of the soil.